Alex Davis was at the top, CEO of Davis Enterprises, a Fortune 500 company. His name was synonymous with success. Alex had started with nothing, but through hard work and determination, he had built an empire. He was the epitome of the American dream. Alex was a visionary leader. He had a keen eye for opportunity. He was not afraid to take risks. His decisions were often bold, but they paid off. Under his leadership, his company had flourished. It had become a global powerhouse. Alex was used to getting what he wanted. He expected nothing less than perfection from himself and those around him. He was a demanding boss, but he was also fair. He rewarded those who proved their worth. He had no time for mediocrity. Alex's success afforded him a lifestyle most could only dream of. He lived in a sprawling mansion overlooking the city. His art collection was the envy of collectors worldwide. He traveled in private jets and dined at the most exclusive restaurants. Alex had it all. He had achieved everything he had ever desired. He was at the pinnacle of his career. He had a beautiful wife who adored him. He was living a life of luxury and privilege. Yet beneath the surface of Alex's perfect life, a storm was brewing. The seeds of his downfall had already been sown. He was blinded by his success. He had become arrogant and complacent. He was unaware of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. He was about to learn a valuable lesson. Success is fleeting, and the higher you climb, the harder you fall. Alex's office was a testament to his success. Floor-to-ceiling windows offered a panoramic view of the city he'd conquered. His desk, crafted from rich mahogany, was spotless, except for a single file labeled Project Phoenix. This was the anonymous tip, the investment opportunity that promised to catapult his company to unimaginable heights. He'd received similar proposals before, but something about this one ignited a spark. It was risky, unconventional, but the potential rewards were staggering. He buzzed his CFO, Emma. She was brilliant, cautious, the voice of reason in his empire of ambition. He needed her analysis, her pragmatic perspective. But mostly, he needed her to validate his gut feeling. Emma's apprehension was immediate. She meticulously outlined the risks, the volatility of the market, the lack of transparency. Her words, however, were lost on Alex. He heard only the echo of his own ambition, the siren song of potential wealth. Emma left his office, her face etched with concern. She knew Alex well enough to recognize that look, the glint of unchecked ambition in his eyes. It was the look of a man who believed himself invincible, a man on the verge of a catastrophic fall. The air crackled with wealth and influence. The annual Titans of Industry Gala was a spectacle of extravagance, a gathering of the business world's elite. Alex moved through the crowd with practiced ease, a predator in a perfectly tailored suit. He exchanged pleasantries, each interaction a subtle power play, a reminder of his position at the top. Victor's smile widened, a flicker of something predatory in his eyes. The conversation flowed easily, a tapestry woven with promises of unimaginable wealth and veiled threats. As the night wore on, Alex, fueled by ego and top-shelf whiskey, found himself face to face with a rival CEO, a man whose empire paled in comparison to his own. The conversation, fueled by alcohol and years of simmering resentment, quickly escalated into a public confrontation. Insults were hurled, veiled threats barely disguised as jokes. The crowd, initially amused, fell silent as Alex, his face flushed, delivered the final blow, a humiliating barb aimed at his rival's recent business failures. The victory felt hollow. The taste of triumph was sour in Alex's mouth as he stood alone in his office, the city lights twinkling mockingly beyond the glass. The file on Project Phoenix lay open on his desk, the numbers swimming before his eyes. A wave of nausea washed over him, and for a moment the invincible mask he wore for the world slipped, revealing the fear beneath. He'd ignored Emma's warnings, blinded by his own arrogance. Now, as he delved deeper into the details of the investment, he saw the cracks in its facade. The discrepancies were small, easily dismissed, but they gnawed at the edges of his confidence. He reached for his phone, his finger hovering over Emma's name, but then he stopped. Admitting his uncertainty, his doubt, felt like an unacceptable weakness. He'd built his empire on confidence, on the unwavering belief in his own judgment. To question himself now, after he'd already committed, seemed foolish. He would handle it himself. He'd fix it, just like he always did. The sharp ring of his phone startled him. It was Emma, her voice tight with urgency. Her next words hit him like a physical blow. "It's Project Phoenix. It's all over the news." Alex's heart pounded in his chest as he switched on the television, his blood turning to ice as he watched the headlines scroll across the screen. "Investment Scandal Rocks Financial World."